a lot of what Ices, a lot of the more a believer Ices are like, you are putting yourself in a bad situation by trying to play that mix-up.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't have to. As soon as you get hit by that down air, you can roll away, and then you're just out. Because Luigi, if you really read it as Luigi, you can do down air into Waveland. But Ices have a really good roll. It's really hard to punish it unless you hard read it. And they actually have a few ways to get somewhat favorable, like neutral interactions against the Luigi area wall. Dash attack actually works really well.
Dash attack is amazing.
It works very, very well against Luigi.
And it abuses Luigi's like weakest state, like universally Luigi's weakest state is just being in the air.
Yes.
And Ices has like one of the best aerials in the game at like abusing that situation.
Yes.
Like up air just cleanly beats anything Luigi will try to do as he's coming down.
Another thing that's a little bit more niche, but actually does end up making a difference in this matchup is that a lot of people don't know this, but Nana actually has a very slight amount of armor. When you hit moves on Nana, she actually gets knocked back a very slightly less amount. And Luigi actually has a move that does almost zero knockback, his up B. And what you can do is you can do the slip hog, where you intentionally get Nana to slide onto the ledge without Popo grabbing it. And Luigi tries to up B, she literally just tanks it and then ledge hogs. So Frostbyte actually was just going for it right there. It actually can make the edge guards way better because Luigi, unlike Marth or Sheik or whatever, he cannot get on stage. He doesn't have enough drift to do it.
Yeah.
So if you have a way to just consistently edge hog him, like with Nana, that makes your edge guarding way better against this character. So yeah, it's not all bad. I do think that Luigi has the benefit of having a much simpler game plan and a much easier to execute game plan. But it's not like it's completely unwinnable for Ices. There's a lot of stuff that they can do. Ices used to be seen as this very simplistic character. I think that they're actually very complex and they have a lot of depth to a lot of their matchups. It's not as simple as just like, oh, this character has this, that means they destroy Ices. Except for Peach. That's pretty much the one exception.
You can still just get very far with Ices with doing like the very simple stuff.
Yes, but I think Nikki has shown recently that like, Amsa versus Ices, that used to be like an auto win. Egle is just so good. But Amsa versus Nikki did a really good job of spacing around the Egle and actually punishing it, and brought it to game 5. Nikki also thinks somewhat similar about this matchup, that this was also something that Ices kind of missed, in the more simplistic days of their, labbing or whatever. That they also kind of missed. This matchup maybe isn't that bad as well. But, we'll see how Frostbyte ends up doing it. I think he's pretty good at the matchup. So yeah, we'll see.
We've had our fair share of Luigis in this region, and Nova specifically. So.
Absolutely. There has been a very good Luigi in Virginia pretty much the entire time that this region has existed.
Yeah.
Vist was the one carrying the torch for a long time, passed the torch. It's game 1, Herschel. Vist passed the torch pretty much directly to Seabass, and then once Seabass stopped going to as much, RapM came in his stead. So there's been like a PR Luigi pretty much the entire time. And so a lot of people in MDVA are very good versus Luigi, and I think Frostbyte is no exception to that. Something else we should mention for anyone who is just joining recently is that this is a slightly altered rule set. With Stadium being thawed at many tournaments nowadays, a lot of people have been left wanting for more neutral stages in the first game.
Yes.
Especially like Falcon and people who have to play against Peach or whatever.
Yep.
And so what this rule set does is game 1 you strike between just 3 stages, just Battlefield, Dreamland, FOD, and this helps out characters who really don't want FD to be in the starting roster. It overall, I would say, nerfs Fox, which I think is a big problem that a lot of people have with the rule set. I don't think it ends up really mattering too much in this matchup. I think, this is not a good stage for Ices, and I don't think that Dreamland is that great either. But I think you'd probably either go here or maybe FOD, but I mean, obviously, Frostbyte took it super close there, so I don't think it's really hurting him too much.
Yeah. He uncharacteristically starts Battlefield in a lot of matchups that I feel most ICs wouldn't start there. So I
Yes.
don't know, especially for Frostbyte, I don't know how much it really changes.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance that Frostbyte would have started there anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, we obviously have FD. This is if you've watched any ICs, then you know. ICs they have really bad aerial drift, and they really like getting grabs. And both of those things make it so that when people can platform camp them, it's no fun for them.
And Luigi has nowhere to land, so he gets that like dash attack up air or like up smash up air type thing going on, and it's kind of hard for Luigi to come down.
Yes, absolutely. And a lot of characters, they have really good juggling tools with Luigi, but it's kind of precise because you have to do it like, you don't have a lingering disjointed hitbox. You usually either have one or the other. You have a lingering hitbox or disjointed hitbox, but not both. But ICs actually do have both.
Yes.
What's happening?
Yeah, come with us. It's like a retired melee player, like head, like in the head, like in the gates, like head.
Who's up there? Who's up there? Jerry. What?
Jerry.
Oh, yeah. Crush.
Dude, it's funny because Jerry stopped playing Melee and then he low-key just became like a Chad afterwards.
He's
Like,
kind of
Yeah,
buff,
yeah,
low-key.
he looks good. He looks
He's like
good.
sneaky buff.
he's buff. He's got like the he's got the chain on, like, and like he's just living his life. You know, and every time I see Jerry at a tournament, I always chop it up with him because we were just the pups back in the day at Xanadu, both like a little bit younger, so we would just talk. And every time I talk to him, and he's always like, "Yeah, I really want to come back to more." I don't believe his lies for 1 second.
I don't believe his lies for 1 second. Okay, this is
Yeah, this is RapM did way better on a objectively worse stage, I would say. RapM a little bit of a downloader. I think that a lot of people get lulled into a false sense of security. RapM either will drop game one or will keep it very close game one.
Yes,
and then all of a
yes,
sudden
yes,
it's like you're playing against a whole different person game two, and you're just getting washed. And you're like, what happened?
You're getting like 4 stocks or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
It's rough. I've had many sets with rap that go like that.
I think the only exception, honestly, is just Kevin. Like where it's kind of the opposite,
go
where
back and
sometimes
forth.
it'll go back and forth, and sometimes I feel like RapM will get game one, and then like Kevin will just end up like 3-1ing or whatever. But for the maybe it's a Spaceys thing, honestly. But against most of the floaties, I think that he usually takes a little bit to get started, to kind of download their habits a little bit. But yeah, it's also tough as Icy's, like, you are really a character that wants the lead, and it's not in the way that like people talk about Puff wanting the lead, right? Where you can play it a little bit slower, you can play more patient, you can try to make them come to you. And I think it's similar, but it's like it's not in a way of like, oh, like I can fly away. It's like I can like
Abuse
I
my
can
lead to
dig
get
my
openings.
heels in. I can
Yeah.
make a little fortress. I can blizzard. I can do these things.
Yeah.
If they try to go in on me, it's way more risky. And the biggest part is just that they don't have to force the issue.
Yeah,
Icy's is
yeah.
very, very bad at forcing the issue.
And also in so many matchups, they get like the CC ASDI down window is like so valuable for Icy's. Like,
Absolutely.
Like just that little window giving you like a grab, whereas like after that, like that goes away. I feel like it's like pretty huge. Where like some characters like, okay, I can ASDI down, I can like get a down tilt or whatever, some shit like that. But like Icy's.
I'm like, all right, well, I'm trying to find Dewey and Melon, right, to go play their match. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
And I'm looking around and I'm like, I definitely went to go smoke. That's why I got past
Bruh.
It's like, bro, y'all on top of it. Bro, come on.
Hey, they're back. But where's Melon?
Oh my god. Sorry guys, like I went to the bathroom.
Melon's staying for an extra rotation.
Yeah. Rotation by himself.
Yeah, not much to say. I mean, RapM really, I think, has just taken over this set after
Yeah.
game one. Game one was very, very close, but I will say there is something to be said. I mean, Luigi's recovery is a little bit worse on Battlefield. RapM is really good at like playing around it, but you can't just misfire into the stage and then up B. You need to, you can only, or not misfire, but you know, a green missile into the stage and then up B. You can only do that right on the ledge at a very specific spacing and a very specific timing. But honestly, I don't think that was the difference maker. I think RapM just kind of